Hi, I'm Jaqueline P'ng and you're watching the HTV Evening Highlights. 2015 was a bad year, even for billionaires. Well, maybe they didn't have it as bad as us mere mortals, but they did collectively lose billions in net worth, and some even got downgraded to just millionaires in US dollars terms at least. The plummeting stock market and the weakening ringgit was a bad combo for Malaysian tycoons. Forbes released its list of Malaysia's 50 richest today, and of the top 10, 8 lost a total of 7.9 billion US dollars in net worth from a year ago. The worst hit was tech tycoon Goh Peng Oi. His wealth fell 53% after an anonymous short seller said that his company Silver Lake Axis inflated its results. He's at number 20 on the list. At number 17, Tan Sri Vincent Tan is also no longer a billionaire in US dollar terms. He's lost a quarter of his wealth since a year ago. Also hit his brother Danny Tan at number 13. The media-shy property tycoon is now worth 975 million US dollars. Now let's see who's at the top of the list. Sugar King Robert Kwok is still holding on to number 1, even though he lost 1.3 billion US dollars in net worth from a year ago. Trailing in second place is Ananda Krishnan. He saw 2.3 billion US dollars of his wealth erased. And finally, at number 3 is Hong Leong Group's Tan Sri Kwek Leng Chan. The 74-year-old's net worth is down 300 million US dollars from a year ago. Maybank is expecting more bad loans this year, although it doesn't see it as a systemic matter. The group says just a few individual customers will be under increased fiscal stress from the current economic volatility. As of December 2015, Maybank's net impaired loans ratio climbed to 1.38%, the highest in at least 2 years. Higher allowance for loan impairment as well as net insurance claims had weighed on the group's fourth quarter earnings. Net profit slumped by 14.5%, although revenue came in 14% higher. It proposed a dividend of 30 cents a share, slightly lower than the 33 cents a year ago. For the full year, Maybank posted a modest 1.8% increase in net profit. Revenue was up 14%. On loans growth, the lender is expecting it to grow at 6 to 7%, compared with 2015's actual growth of 5.3%. It's also expecting consumer spending to grow once more.
Consumer sector will still grow, but obviously people will be more selective in terms of what they spend on. I think the budget that was addressing the tax rebates for people earning 8,000 ringgit and below per month, and also the recent recalibration where we see that releasing some cash into the hands of consumer through a lower contribution to EPF, and of course BRIM. And this will give consumer sector, consumers, you and me, a bit more cash in the pocket to spend.
Maybank's shares closed at 8 ringgit 64 cents for a market cap of 84.4 billion ringgit. Tabung Haji is allegedly sinking in quicksand. Today, opposition lawmaker Rafizi Ramli claimed that the Pilgrim Fund risked losing over 1 billion ringgit by maintaining its investment in a troubled engineering firm. According to Rafizi, the Pilgrims Fund had invested 1.4 billion ringgit in oil and gas firm Tabung Haji Heavy Engineering, or THHE, between 2008 and 2015. Of this figure, 981 million ringgit is in the form of corporate guarantee, aid that even Tabung Haji's own investment risk panel had declared it as high risk. The fund's interest in THHE began back in 2008, when it was still called Ramunia Holdings. The company's shares had rallied thanks to talk that it was going to be bought over by a subsidiary of Petronas. That's when oil prices were still above 100 US dollar per barrel. However, a year later, the company ran into financial troubles, sending its share price down from 1 ringgit 95 cents to merely 20.5 cents. Yet, Tabung Haji continued to invest in Ramunia and rebranded it into today's THHE. Now that oil prices are hitting rock bottom, Rafizi is skeptical of THHE's ability to get back on its feet in the next 5 to 8 years. Tabung Haji has been under the spotlight since Bank Negara warned of its low reserves level. The Pilgrims Fund currently has 8.85 million active depositors. And that wraps up the evening highlights. I'm Jaqueline P'ng. Thank you for watching.